What's up? Welcome back. I'm John Stark, MacMovieGuy.com, your favorite blind film critic, and today I'm doing a TV review. I have seen all of Sirens. Yes, I took my time because I am low-key obsessed with the series. I really, I rarely ever want a second season from a limited series. I rarely think that's a good idea. Here, absolutely, I would watch a second season of Sirens. Absolutely. I relished watching this. So click like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Well, I'm always going to be blind, so I'm always going to do reviews from the blind perspective, which is different. I know there are a lot of just like middle-aged white dudes on YouTube. That's kind of what makes me different, is the fact that I have to use audio description and I talk about it in my movie, TV reviews, and other stuff I talk about. So this is done by Descriptive Video Works, and it is one of my favorite audio description tracks of the year. I thought the description on this was phenomenal. Phenomenal. Just amazing. That opening, we get so much rich description. First of all, it's like, it takes place a lot in this sort of like wealthy estate where there are lots of like gaudy over the top things to describe, just that abundance of wealth that allows people to have things that nobody else has, rooms full of things. It sort of it reminded me in Saltburn when they were in Saltburn and they're running around through the house, and I forget the color of the room. I want to say it was blue. We're going with blue, and they get to the room and it's just like the blue room, and it has no purpose. It's just a room that's blue, and they just kind of, I felt like that defined opulence so well, is that they have so many rooms that they have this one room, and they're like, what does it do? I don't know, this is just the blue room. I don't, this is just what it is. What do you do in here? Nothing, it's blue. You know, we have a room, we made it blue. I don't know. Does it everybody have a blue? So, yeah, I mean, like so Meagan Fahey and Millie Alcock play sisters. Meagan is the older one, and they have quite a history and background, but we sort of meet Megan's character first. And she's, she's getting out of the police station. And her description was great. I felt like we got everything about her, like hair, the clothes she was wearing. They even used the term skort. Like, I was like, oh, I love you. I mean, like the state of her nails, like everything. There's so much about her that was described. Her boots, like they just took the time. I was like, I've seen shows that have run multiple seasons where we've introduced a character and I get like the blonde woman. And I'm like, fuck you. Because it's like, I'm going to be stuck with that as the description for the series lead for like 10 seasons. Here I got her, and I feel like I could draw her if she mugged me in a parking lot, you know? Like, if this character jumped me, I'd be like, thanks to the audio description track, I actually can tell you what she looks like, you know? So yeah, I mean, it was really good. It's really rich and really deep in terms of the description. Yeah, her sister is Millie Alcott. She's the younger one. Megan's taking care of their dad, who's played by Bill Duke in this, who is phenomenal. His performance is heartbreakingly great. Loved him. Bill Camp, sorry, Bill Camp. I don't. Bill Duke would be funnier. Bill Camp. Now that I'm like transplanting what actors look like into, anyway, Bill Camp. Sorry, there's too many Bills in the world. Bill Macy, Bill Paxton, Bill Pullman, Bill Maher. One of the Bills plays it. It's Bill Camp. And he's got dementia or Alzheimer's or something, and he's slipping in and out of reality, and he needs to kind of be taken care of. But also, she's on like her second DUI, so she doesn't want to get anything more. And, I guess out of some sort of, consolation prize because she can't be there or whatever, 'cause, Millie Alcott sends her sister, like, an edible arrangement, which caused her to lose her fucking mind. So she travels, like, 16 hours. She drags the edible arrangement with her. She gets a friend, Ray, who played by Josh Segura, who will pop up again later, to watch her dad for a few days so she can go yell at her sister and make her sister come home and help take care of the dad because she feels like everything is just like left to her. And there's a whole history between these two that you'll learn that basically um, there was something that happened in their past, a traumatic experience in their past that left uh, that caused a rift in this family where Millie was kind of left behind. Meagan kind of grew up and went to college and left Millie behind, and Millie ended up sort of being neglected in a way that uh, sent her into foster care, which meant Meagan had to drop out of college to take care of her. So she gave up her future to make sure her sister was okay because the situation at home was not great. Doesn't mean that you're going to hate Bill Camp, the whole thing. I just don't want to reveal to you everything. I'm just hinting to you that these sisters have a past. It's a very complicated one. It's a very complicated one with their father. So, but it's interesting how it all plays out. Uh, so, um, Millie Alcott works for Julianne Moore's character, Kiki, who is this. I mean, basically, she's a former lawyer, but she ended up basically becoming the second wife to Kevin Bacon, and who isn't really that much older than her, so she's supposed to be like the younger trophy wife. We didn't put enough of an age gap between those two, I don't think. But Kevin Bacon plays Peter, her husband, who's the wealthy one, and but he's kind of chill and laid back for somebody who has the wealth. She's the one that's more, feels like that she has to live the high society life and put on all the shows and the fancy dinners, and she has to keep up appearances. So she has all these people coming in and out, and they're galas for things. So Megan Fahey goes there to get her sister, who's the personal assistant, and sort of runs the household a little bit. And she doesn't even like recognize her sister. Like her sister's like a completely different person, and she's worried if her sister's is on her meds and all those kind of things. And Megan stays for a while, even though Julianne Moore keeps trying to get her to leave because she's worried that her sister's not okay. And it becomes this sort of like battle. But no one is ever really presented as truly evil, and no one is ever presented as being like completely flawless. Like Megan has her baggage, Millie has baggage, Julianne Moore has baggage. Kevin Bacon, I guess, has baggage, but he has baggage that's sort of thrust upon him. I hate to say that the richest dude in the room is maybe the least baggagey of them all. Even like Ray, Josh Segura's character, has baggage. There is a character, I forgot the actor that plays him. There's a whole other neighbor, Ethan, who's played by Glenn Howerton, who has taken a liking to Millie Alcott's sister character. And he's stupid rich also. And he has uh, a boat, a captain for his yacht or whatever. That guy he's sort of unburdened by nonsense baggage. Like he doesn't really come with anything, like he's not an asshole in any way. And he sort of takes a liking to Megan Fahey's character while they're there. But we also see that Megan Fahey is basically just shy of being a sex addict because she will fuck pretty much anything. Uh, I I don't mean to shame her, but she kind of does. Like to the point where I was like, are we going to explore this? But then we don't really explore. We just kind of make it like, I don't want to slut shame either. That's not what I'm trying to do, but it feels like they're trying to do something with it at the beginning, and then it's just like, oh, well, I guess we just accept that. But she just sees something and then takes it. She's like, I want to sleep with that guy. We're gonna do that. Um, so, uh, we end up seeing the story sort of evolve, and trust is broken, and things happen, and it's all over like 5 episodes, and it's really good. It is really, I love this. I lived in every single moment of the show. Every episode was fantastic. I love the episodes. I love the characters. I love the fact that everything was sort of like ambiguous in nature. Like Julianne Moore seems like, because of the way that Meagan Fahey comes into things and sort of calls her a cult leader, and she's worried about this world because she, they're poor. They come from a poor world. So when they step into this world of opulence, she immediately is like, well, Millie Alcock has joined, my sister's joined a cult. But not really. It's just wealthy people. It's people who have everything. There are these girls that take her shopping they're kind of like the plastics. They're kind of like if the plastics grew up. Um, it's kind of funny. But yeah, the show keeps sort of evolving, and I liked how it resolved. And even when it resolves in the end, it kind of resolves itself quickly in a way that you don't think it's going to. But I, at the end of it, I thought it was a nice way to resolve the series. I thought it was fun, and I would not mind exploring that part more. It kind of puts two people together who weren't together before. Like, it just two characters who just sort of end up together at the end, just because, almost like lightning struck and they became soulmates. There's a character, Jose, who I forgot the actor's name, but he's been in a lot of things recently. More recently, he's been acting for years, but often in like really sort of small, forgettable roles. More recently, he's been in stuff like The Rookie Feds, where he played Garza, and he's been in The Rookie also. But he was like the head of the unit. He was in charge of Niecy Nash's character for that one season of the spinoff. So I thought he had a really nice sort of in-between role, like one of those roles that you're not really paying attention to, but it's good because he's always in the background. He plays Jose, this character that one of the few characters that sort of gets to cut through the bullshit. He it's not really an important spoiler, but there's an interaction he has with Julianne Moore that reveals that he's the only one that she can't fire, because he's been around so long that he predates her. He's been Kevin Bacon's assistant, like, or groundskeeper, whatever he is. His job title is very vague. He's the guy that's in charge of everything when Millie Alcott's not in charge of it, basically. So, yeah, he's the only one that can't be fired because he's contracted specifically to Peter. So, it doesn't matter if she's mad at him or not. He's like, no, you can't fire me. Sucks to suck, like, so he can kind of, he tries to be pleasant enough and stuff, but if he doesn't give her a result that she doesn't want, there's nothing she can do about it. I thought that was an interesting dynamic for his character to be like the one chess piece on the board that can move differently. He's the queen on the board, but he's not a queen. He's just the queen. Julianne Moore's supposed to be the queen, but really he's the one that can move through, because Peter's never going to fire him. Because Peter needs the guy he can trust for reasons that will, over 5 episodes. So I like this cast. I love this cast. I thought everybody was nice. Bill Camp has some lovely moments. He has some, especially towards the end in like the final episode, where what he does with his character is he plays the dementia part so believably, because it's so multi-layered. He has times where he's lucid, and he seems to understand everything that's happening, which is what happens sort of in the earlier stages. There are people, and they're there, and they're absolutely there. And then there are these hybrid times where it's lucidity, but it's mixed with like timelines have overlapped. So you feel like you're having a conversation with somebody who's present, but then you realize that he doesn't think that you are who you are. And I've absolutely seen that as somebody who's dealt with this sort of like personally. That's absolutely true. Is that then you sort of get mistaken as being someone else. And so somebody's having a conversation with you. So he has those moments as well. And then he has other moments where he's scared, where he just doesn't know where he is. He doesn't know why he is wherever he is. Um, and he's just scared. And even some of those moments we don't get to see are moments that are talked about through Meagan Fahey's character. So she gets to sort of emote what it's like to take care of him as the person who is in charge of that. So everybody gives a great performance here. I think people are going to sleep on this series, but I love Sirens. This is one of my favorite series of the year thus far, and I didn't binge. I watched like one episode a week at a time until I got it done, basically. Um, I I I know that that doesn't help me as a critic because like I should hit when the iron's hot, but at the same time, I also like enjoying, like, that's how we used to watch TV. So if there was a cliffhanger, you didn't immediately get the resolution to it. You actually had to wait. So if like it looked like somebody was about to die, you didn't just let the let Netflix keep playing to find out immediately. You didn't get instant gratification. We had so many great shows back in the day that used to leave you with cliffhangers, not just for like the end of a season, but even like week to week, where you would go talk about it with your friends or coworkers or whatever. You'd be like, "Oh my god, did you see the this week's episode of whatever?" And people like, "Don't tell me yet. I have it on my DVR," or "I recorded it on VHS," whatever it was. You know, appointment television, as they used to call it. We don't have that anymore. Now people just binge watch the whole thing. If you don't binge watch it, now they have to, if they really want to create water cooler moments, we get these things that are released in parts. You get like part one, part two, so that way people can get caught up and then they can be at the same point. So instead of doing like weekly episodic drops, we get like little parts, which is what they're doing with Stranger Things, which is what they've already done with Stranger Things, but now they're releasing it in 3 parts. So the final season is in 3 parts because they want to try to create those moments where people can catch up together and, you know, be ready for it. So I love Sirens. It's an A. I mean, it's one of my favorite things from this year. If I was an Emmy voter, it'd be all over my ballot for limited series. And I also would love for Netflix to pick this up. Every once in a while, a limited series becomes not a limited series, and I would love for that to happen here. I think there is a second season here. I have written it in my mind. In case they need one, call me, and I will tell you what the second season of Sirens is, because it's right there. It's within your grasp. So, yeah, that's it. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. And I'll see you guys on the other side.